that's my primary contact. So what will happen when creating the purchase order is it will get this as the primary contact by default. But if I have multiple, I can still select. So later we'll show you. And then under the address, this is also very important. You can set multiple addresses for the vendor. Okay? So you have default billing and default shipping. The reason why we have also default shipping here is for those items that we need to return to our suppliers. We also need to have a default shipping address. Okay. What else? Under financials, you can also see the transactions created for this related vendor. So all purchase orders, all vendor bills, you will see under the vendor record. Okay? Alright. You can also navigate to actions, view all transactions to see all relevant transactions for the vendor. It will list all. Okay?
ในส่วนของตรงนี้นะคะถ้าเรามี contact เพิ่มเนี่ยเราสามารถ create ได้โดยเข้าไปที่ relationship นะคะหัวข้อตรงนั้นแล้วเข้าไป create อีกถ้าเราไม่ create เราเลือกสามารถ set factory default ได้มันก็จะขึ้นมาเป็นอันที่เราเซตไว้ตอนแรกเลยนะคะแล้วก็ในส่วนของ action ด้านบนนั่นนะคะคือคลิกเข้าไปปุ๊บเราสามารถเลือกโชว์ transaction ทั้งหมดที่เราเคยมีกับ vendor คนนี้ได้เลย
Okay. And then there are also shortcuts here. Let's say I'm here in the vendor record. I can go to this create new, and from here I can already create my PO. Create PO for this vendor. So those are just shortcuts. Okay. So let's go to the dashboard for this vendor. View dashboard, or click this dashboard. This is a different UI or look for the vendor record. So from here, you can already navigate to what are the open POs for this vendor, what are purchases by this vendor, what items did this vendor purchase. And then for transactions, we also have it here in the format. Okay? So just a simple navigation. Okay, no questions, the vendor. Okay, let's go to the items. So to navigate to the item listing, we can go to inventory, lists, and then items. So let's just click items, and you will see all items, which is 58,000 plus. And we have different, maybe you can use this view, QT, number 2. And this view, there's already the MTN or manufacturing part number, the brand, yeah, and the other listing. Okay. Also, when you expand the filtering, you can filter by brand from here. You can filter by the description, purchase description. And we normally use a percentage sign so that system will get those wordings that has, let's say for example, we put here emission. So it will give me 57 results for those items that has the word emission. Okay. So it's an easy navigation or filtering for it. Okay. Of course, you can filter by supplier part number as well.
ในส่วนของรายการสินค้านะคะให้เราเข้าไปที่ status bar ด้านบนนะคะ inventory factory นะคะเข้ามามันก็จะสามารถโชว์รายการสินค้าที่เรามีทั้งหมดได้แต่หากเราต้องการจะเลือก by brand หรือว่าตาม description ต่างๆเนี่ยเราเข้าไปกดที่คำว่า filter นะคะตัวนี้เราจะไป search by brand ได้นะคะ
Okay. So let's take a look at one of your item record. So you can view any. You can open any item record. Okay. So looking at it, we have used display name as the manufacturing part number. Okay. Because when doing transaction, you want to see also, right? You want to see the supplier part number, not the item name. That's why we use display name as your manufacturing part number so that it displays in the purchase orders or purchasing transactions. But aside from that, there is actually an MPN or manufacturing part number. This one, the MPN field. Okay. Please take note that this is the one being printed out in the purchasing documents. We use this for printing. We use this for display only in the screen. We also have the unit of measure. Okay? Please take note that when you create a new item and you have selected a unit type, and once you save, you cannot change the unit type anymore. So make sure that you tag the correct unit of measure. Okay? Okay. Let me just try to edit this particular item. I'll be using QP inventory form. Okay. And then when we scroll down, I wanted to highlight the purchase price maintenance in NetSuite, or how do we put purchasing price in NetSuite. Okay. You will notice that under purchasing or inventory, we have purchase price in Thailand baht. Right? We have purchase price in Thailand baht. Okay. So if this item is sold to your Thailand baht if you purchase this item to your Thailand baht vendors, then we will default the price from here. We will get the price that you put in here. Let's say you put 100 Thai baht. When you purchase this item to a Thai vendor, then our price is 100. Okay? So this is where you need to update the price, purchase price. What if you purchase this in foreign currency? Let's say you purchase this in USD, SGD, Euro. Then, the price list must be updated by vendors already. Okay? By vendor already. So for example, I purchased this item for, is this USD? Who is your USD vendor? Is this USD? I'm not sure. USD. Let's try. Okay. Assuming this is USD vendor, you will see purchase prices here. I'm going to click set. USD. This is where you have to set USD currency purchase price. The one on top a while ago is only Thailand baht. But if you need to purchase this to your other vendors, you have to set it down below. Okay? Let's say you purchase this 50 USD. Okay? So if I purchase this to Rexel, price is 50 USD. If I purchase this to any Thailand baht vendor, the price is 100. Okay, clear? If you don't set any price in foreign currency, then in the transaction it will be blank. The purchase price will be blank.
We can set time by time, that's correct. For the foreign currency,
You can set,
time by time.
yes. Okay. And then also a heads up, don't be confused about these values that you see here. Okay. These values on the left are all in USD. Okay? These are all in USD. Because our parent company set up, Day2 Singapore, is in USD. So the system values here are in USD. Okay? But if you look at the locations and you see this amount, this is already in Thailand. This is already in Thailand. So average costs, the values are all in Thailand baht. Only here in the top part is the Also, for the purchase description, okay, this is the default in your purchasing transactions. Okay? But of course, in the transaction, you can still add more description. Okay? For finance team, accounting tab, these are the default GL accounts for your items. So, cost of goods sold, income account, asset account, and the rest. Also, we can also default withholding tax for item. Let's say if you already know that this item is 1%, then we can indicate 1% here. Okay? And then related records refers to all transactions that this item is used. So you will see I have inventory adjustment for this item, I have sales orders for this item, purchase order for this item, and so on and so forth. So all relevant transactions for this item is here. Okay? Okay? So I'll just save this vendor item record. The rest of the fields are not mandatory, like some item of, we really don't have, parent-child relationship in the items, so we don't use that. Okay, so let's go back to the listing. So to create new item for those who will maintain your item master, there's a button here for new item. Or you can also duplicate. Let's say I have a new item with similar UOM, similar account, similar everything similar. You can make a copy and just change the item group. So that everything will be covered. Let's say they fall in the same product family, same, so you can make copy. Okay. And then what else? Under system information, you also have the ability to inactivate an item, let's say you don't use this item anymore, we cannot delete an item in NetSuite if there's already a transaction, but we can inactivate them. So you can inactivate them. Inactive, yes. If you inactive, then you cannot use it in any transactions anymore.
Admin will do, admin can do only, that's right.
Any more questions for the master data, vendors, items, before we go to purchase order creation?
อันนี้ส่วนใหญ่จะเป็น MS เป็นคนทำนะคะ
Clear with the purchase price list?
Just
Purchase price list clear? Okay, then we can go now to transaction. Creation of purchase order. Okay, our PO has an approval process in NetSuite. And we are using standard approval, meaning it might be different from the SO approval last Monday. It's different approach. Because the SO approval we customize for you. But this PO, we just use the standard. So let's see how the system works. I'll now show you first our setup. Okay. So currently, what we did, these employees are tagged to purchasing role or purchaser role, and we mentioned that each purchaser should only cater or cover either trade or non-trade. Okay? And each employee record has a purchasing approver, a purchaser approver in NetSuite. So let's say this person is creating trade PO. Okay? Our workflow is, if it's a trade PO, then it should route to RQT0004 for up to 100,000. So for example, that requestor raises it PO for 50,000. Then this person will approve. Okay? But if this person raises 150,000, then if this person approves, the PO is still pending approval because only up to 100. So the next approver needs to approve. Okay? There is also a scenario wherein this person creates 150, but if this one already approves, then this person no need to approve. It's already considered as approved. So the higher approval will follow. Highest approver.
It means higher approve only one
Time. Yes. So no need for this level for approval. But if this is the first approver, then it will still be pending for approval. So the highest approver still needs to approve.
How can the higher approval know if number 4 is not approved?
Yeah. I will show you how it looks like.
Yes.
Because there are certain status that you will see.
Okay.
You will see pending supervisor approval,
Yes.
or the higher approver will see pending subordinate
Okay.
approver.
Okay.
Okay. So our setup, you need to be familiar so that you know how the system works. So each of the employee record, okay, you will see employee records we assign purchase approver. Those are the purchase approver. Okay? So if we go back to your list of employees, okay, you only have one non-trade creator. And the approver for non-trade is this, Miss Iyato. Okay, here. So again, if you look at it in a hierarchy, it will be like this. Okay, the hierarchy is like this. So you have only one non-trade requestor, and you have multiple trade. Meaning, those trade requestor supervisor, or purchase approver inside is this one. And then non-trade requesters approver is this one. We cannot have cross. Approvers. Because we can only set one approver for the employee. Okay?
And for purchasing running number, non-trade and trade is
The same.
the same.
The same. Yes, it's the same. So clear with the setup. Let's go now to. Okay. So currently, we already set up it in the system. So those purchaser, you can try to create a PO, and then we will see how it routes to the approvers. Okay. So to create a PO, let's all go to vendors, purchases, enter purchase order. Also, one thing to take note, for the requestor, your permission is only create. Meaning, once you create, you cannot edit your transaction anymore. Only approver and administrator can edit. You only have create function. Alright, for purchase order creation, by default, our form is UP purchase order, requestor. Vendor, you can type in the name if you know your vendor, or open up the list. So click the arrow and then list. Okay? You can pick any vendor. Please try to simulate. Especially those who are the requestor. Please try.